The life of a military spouse can often make gaining entry into the corporate world challenging, which is why the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Hiring Our Heroes initiative created the Military Spouse Fellowship Program as a way to give military spouses the chance they deserve.
The biggest thing when you're looking for a new opportunity as a military spouse is to find those initial networks. You need to know somebody in the area that knows the companies that are hiring and really can just give your resume, which tends to be maybe a little disjointed or has unique opportunities, a critical glance through the knowledge that a military spouse brings unique capabilities to a position. And so when I heard about Hiring Our Heroes Military Spouse Fellowship, I was excited because it seemed like these are people that could advocate for me and help bridge that gap between what I had to offer and what the company was looking for. And they could help translate that value as seamlessly as possible.
The Hiring Our Heroes Military Spouse Fellowship Program is an opportunity for us to help military spouses directly connect to employers in the area they're living in. We know that military spouses have a really tough challenge with the moves they've made and not having a network built in the area where they're living. So this gives them the opportunity to connect directly to employers in their area who are hiring and really considering them directly for a role. Very often when an employer receives a resume from a military spouse, it's not necessarily the best representation of them. So by creating a program like this where we get past the resume and we are able to get our military spouses' feet in the door and get them right in front of employers and allow them to really help employers see who they are and what skills and value they're bringing to the table.
And I think that's what the value of the Military Spouse Fellowships is that we get to bring them in on a fellowship, sort of a try before you buy program for them and for us. And we actually get to see them work. And what we find in that example is that they are profoundly more capable than what it appears on paper. They're super resilient, they're adaptive, they consume complex information very quickly, they're able to add value to the team and move forward. And so in the end, they really do bring a lot.
For me, it was a no-brainer because it was 6 weeks. I got to try out a company. The company got to try out me. And even if I didn't walk away with anything, I knew I was going to learn something.
Really, the theme for me and my team is ensuring that we are continually learning from each cohort and that we are adapting what we're bringing to the table as well. We know that by our participation in the program, that we owe that person a chance to translate their fellowship into their future employment opportunities.
But the great part we have is that we pair each of them up with their own peer mentor, a full-time employee that is working a specific job in a work stream. And so each of them gets their own individualized attention, someone to turn to daily and ask questions, but also receive work and be empowered to take on more responsibility throughout the fellowship.
While I was a fellow, I was given the task to start collecting data on previous fellows. It kind of grew into like, you know what, I can even create this bar chart. That would be helpful for them to just kind of see it visually. And once I presented to Steve, they were putting it on like one of our websites. And I was like, this is awesome. It feels so gratifying to see all of that work actually being put and being useful.
Fellows that reach out to me and say, wow, you guys are doing something really special there that I didn't get this type of camaraderie or teamwork involved in my fellowship. I often felt like I was working by myself. So what we do to try to prevent that is we start off in our fellowship with a really big onboarding program where we often meet with them before the fellowship even starts. They introduce them to the team and their peer mentors. And then typically the Friday before they start their fellowship, we go around the room and everybody tells one unique thing about themselves. So by the time they actually start work on that first Monday, there's some familiarity with the team, everybody that they're working with before they actually have to start doing work. So one of the favorite things that we do is we set up team builder events where we'll go down to either a food bank or get together and do activities.
And if USAA's mission is to facilitate the financial security of our members, we want to make sure that throughout this program, through USAA, specifically for my team, that we are living out the mission, and that financial security truly does include the entire military family and not just the active duty member.
The companies will often tell us technical skills can be trained. This is something we can easily teach somebody when we bring them in. But what we can't give them are the soft skills. What we can't give them is commitment and leadership skills. And the bottom line is that by the end of the program, 85% of our fellows have job offers in hand and are ready to take those next steps in their career.
Having Hiring Our Heroes do a military spouse fellowship, it brings those companies that are looking for military spouse talent right to the door of the military spouse. Having that invitation to succeed is an amazing feeling.